Hey everybody, welcome to a movie geek out time where Mary and I are going to talk about a movie we just saw. And we finally just saw The Green Book.
Yeah.
And again, I like to say this is not a review per se. This is really just us talking about some things we like. Like I said, more of a geek out. We're not film critics, we're just film goers.
It's not our typical movie to geek out about, though.
I know, so this is probably going to be a little bit of a short one, but I thought, you know what, there's a couple of fun things to talk about in here. So this is, we'll tell you, we'll give you a spoiler warning before we start spoilers, but of course first we'll give you a quick idea of what we thought, then we'll jump right into some spoilers after a warning. So definitely enjoyed this.
Oh, yes.
Had no doubts I would enjoy this. We were going to see it in its original run. I think one of us got a cold or something. I don't know. We had to bail on it for some reason.
Every time I say, hey, why don't we go see Green Book? And you're like, no, I want to go see something else.
No, but we actually had tickets that I had to cancel at one point.
Did we?
Yeah. I'm the keeper of the Fandango. I do remember. But now we finally did, and that completes us seeing all the Best Picture nominees as well.
Yep.
I'm still rooting for Bohemian Rhapsody, followed very closely by A Star is Born. I think this should get some of the awards. Mahershala Ali is fantastic in this. Viggo Mortensen too, but I really want Rami Malek to win, but I'll be happy if Viggo wins. But yeah, it's a fun time. I mean, it actually is a fun time, which is kind of surprising. No big spoilers, but considering Oscar nominations, considering the subject matter, surprised it didn't get any darker than it did.
Yeah.
And you know, it's kind of charming, and the chemistry of the two actors is great. Like, I just enjoyed watching their road trip.
Yeah.
And I mean, so that really worked.
Yeah.
Good music too.
Yeah.
And some great laughs. All right, but that pretty much covers the no spoilers, yeah? Because I know I don't know why I'm like, are you good? You ready to go to spoilers? I know she's like, yes. All right, so here's your warning: spoilers. So when the aliens showed up, I don't know.
Waiting for that.
Yeah, I figured.
Actually, I think one of the reasons why it didn't get as dark as it could was because Frank was there a lot of the times to bail him out.
Yeah.
Because, like if he hadn't been there, oh god, some of those situations would have been so much worse.
And I like the reveal that not only is he a black man traveling through the South, but he is also a homosexual.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool too. I didn't, I had no idea. It's like, oh shit, man, you got the double whammy of being born in a bad time. So, but I thought that was really interesting the way it's handled. And that's not why I signed up for the Y. I signed up because you want me to go to Zumba. Because it was in a YMCA. I literally signed up yesterday. That went through my brain. Yeah. I love the joke when they went to the bar at the end show in Birmingham, and the glass of whiskey was sitting there. I thought, oh yeah, there it is. That was great. And I loved him just really getting into it and having fun, just partying with real people instead of hoity-toity snobby people.
Yeah.
Which I can appreciate. I can appreciate the hoity-toity snob side of things too, although I'm typically not a big snob about it, at least not to people, maybe in drink choices or something, but the guy who likes Tito's vodka but is weird about getting it because it has a screw cap, not a cork.
Yeah, hoity-toity.
I have my quirks. But I did feel like this was a movie I would have been enjoying some red wine with. Now that we're on the subject. But yeah, their chemistry is just great. And again, Mahershala, and man, the part in the rain, I guess after they got released from jail, but basically where Mahershala breaks down, and like he kind of even drops some of his pretentiousness a little bit. I mean, that was a phenomenal performance in that moment.
And a very awkward car ride afterwards.
Yeah. There was a great visual cut and audio transition I loved, where they cycled through a whole bunch of performances, and it was like audience clapping into the car driving in the rain, beating on the car, but kind of like the rhythm of the clapping.
I didn't quite catch that.
Oh, I thought that was really neat. So I thought that was cool. I guess for it to be called The Green Book, they did deal with the Green Book, but not that much. I mean, I'm not saying that's a negative. I was just like, oh, I thought maybe they would be using that book more or do a little more with it.
Well,
other than
the
couple
fact
of things.
that they have to have a green
book. Oh, no, I get it.
Is basically what it's all about.
No, I understand.
There were several shots to the Green Book going like, and it's just like, how far can you get before you have to actually start looking at it?
Yeah, no,
that was sort of part of it right there.
And I totally get that. I wasn't saying it was a negative. I just was surprised. I thought maybe that would be a slightly bigger deal than it was. But you're right. I mean, it's definitely a big deal. I just thought they were going to reference to the actual book more than they did. It's fine if they didn't. I like what they did with it. I love. Again, it kind of it spoke. So, go ahead. Yeah.
If you're because what you're talking about is going like more of the making of a Green Book. You know, how do you get all that stuff together? But
yeah,
that's really not what this was about.
Yeah.
I think it's sort of the whole, when they get into the conversation at the end with Frank and the two other musicians about how it takes not only, genius to change minds, it takes courage.
Yeah. That was really nice. I liked that line.
Yeah.
Which also in that same thing, I really loved the Russian-German joke. I didn't hear anybody else laugh, but because earlier he made... Did you giggle with that?
Yes.
Okay. But earlier when they made all the references to, I didn't know you spoke German. He's like, no, that was Russian. It's like, yeah, I knew some Germans back in the war. But I love at the end when the Russian guy gives them all vodka shots and he does Nostrovia. And of course Viggo goes, Dankeschön. It's like that's just those little touches like that are just awesome and clever and make really good movies great to me. Yeah. And I thought that was great. And yeah, man, Viggo, totally lovable. So I'd love to see more of that. I mean, I guess they've told the story. I don't know if there's really another story there, but
I'm sitting there going like, okay, I know he's put on some weight. I'm just going like, is he wearing prosthetics? I can't tell.
There was a moment or two I thought, but I don't think he is. Yeah. Because there was things too where it's like, oh, I guess no, he just did a Christian Bale and body transformed. Yeah. So, but yeah, of course those two, like I said, I think there should be an award for chemistry and those two get it because I really enjoyed them together.
Best Team TV Movie Awards, I think.
Yeah. Best kiss. I love the fried chicken bit too. The Kentucky Fried Chicken in Kentucky. It tastes better down here. I guess they get it fresher.
No, going back to the other thing where he's meeting the guy's wife at the very end.
Oh yeah.
It says, thank you for sharing your husband with me. We're both like, phrasing.
Phrasing. And I love that she leans in and thank you for helping him with the letters. Although the letters are great. I forgot that one line from the trailer that I loved so much about falling in love with you is the easiest thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
It's true. So I really appreciated that. But yeah, I think, they did a really good job. I loved, there was like the attitude that I kind of have that I love that they used at the end of kind of this, you know what? Fuck you. We're not doing this then, kind of thing. I love that too. That he told Viggo's like, they were like, tell me if you want to play. He's like, nah. And they
this is after Viggo almost puts the manager through the wall.
And it's very, you almost don't notice it. You almost blink and you miss it. But he had him like half through the wall. That wall is like cracked. Like it's kind of crazy, man. And that sense of relief at the end with the cop that stops him in the snow with the flat tire, and then you're like, okay, they're back out of
in the north.
Yeah. By the way, I know anywhere else it is pronounced Louisville, but in Kentucky we pronounce it Louisville. I wish people would get that.
And it's for sales, not for sight.
Right.
And it's Athens, not Athens.
And granted, we're in Lexington, right? But the thing, and it's kind of tangent-y, but you're here, so that's why I get to do it. It bugs the crap out of me, and I'm not going to talk sports, but I watch a lot of college basketball, and I'm still baffled how after all of these years, all these commentators that are here and do the Louisville games and all this stuff, they still always call it Louisville, and that's just like a pet peeve of mine. It just bugs the crap out of me. I don't know why, but I did think that was kind of interesting. They start off, in Kentucky and everything, so I thought that was kind of neat to get a little touch there. And those white fences were very Kentucky. Yeah. The scene was really interesting when they break down, the radiator breaks down, and they're like I guess it's not really a slave field because it wasn't slaves at that point, but I mean it was. Basically,
you said definitely the deep south. I think they were probably around Mississippi.
Maybe, but yeah, I thought that was interesting. Just the two kind of cultures of at that time. Him all prim and proper, kind of looking at all the hot, sweaty people having the hard labor out there. So that was really cool. I know, but a really cool scene and just one of those kind of like, wow, it really does kind of give you a taste, if you will, of kind of some of those situations in ways that other movies really haven't. It kind of engages your brain about those topics differently than I've seen other things do. So I really enjoyed it, man. The music's really good. Like I said, I just looked through the supporting actor nominations, which Mahershala is supporting. He should be up for Best Actor because I think he's more of a lead than a support, but then I don't know if I could vote for him. It'd be a tougher race, but since he's in supporting, I've seen everything except Richard E. Grant's performance, and yeah, Mahershala gets it, man. So very, very exciting about that. And again, I look back at some of the other characters he's played, and I find it's really different.
I always keep
really
thinking of his Cottonmouth. He was Cottonmouth in
again, you're right. No,
and that was, I think, the first time I really saw him as an actor.
And that's what I'm talking about, because I was thinking about him in Moonlight. I was thinking about him, I'm pretty sure he's the voice of the Prowler in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, you know, and we've seen him in other things too, and he just, even though you recognize that is him.
He's going to be Battle Angel too.
Oh, that's right. But even though you recognize that is him, he really does, there's physicality and like all the really great traits of a great actor. He really does change who he is in these different roles, and I really love that. And again, I mean, it's funny, it's light, it's a little, I guess it's over 2 hours, but it didn't feel
it. It was one of the Farrelly.
We're pretty sure. I mean, it's Peter Farrelly, so I'm assuming, is that the same Peter Farrelly from the Farrelly brothers? Because I know there was a Peter.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, I think we've heard something about that.
So I think
and Octavia Spencer produced. I thought that was very cool.
And I think that might be why we kind of got that tightrope between humor and having drama, but not going too dark with
heavy subject matter. Right, it gets a little heavy, but not too. Oh my God, yeah, like the cops when they're in jail, and it's like they're doing it all mystery. Like they get the phone call, and the guy's like, "Oh my God, yes sir, here you go." And the sheriff gets on, he's like, "Baloney," and they're like, "Yes, Governor, yes, I recognize you." and everybody's just looking at, like, they're looking back at the cell, like, what the fuck? And then Viggo's looking over at Mahershala like, who did you call? It turned out he called fucking Bobby Kennedy. I was like, holy shit, man. That is a powerful string to pull, man. But yeah, I thought that was really great. I thought there were some great explanations of why he would do a tour like this and all that kind of stuff. So really great movie. And again, I don't think it's just our Regal, but a lot of places are rebooking it this week. And then of course Regal and I believe AMC will be showing all except for Roma of the Best Picture nominations coming up pretty soon. So yeah, I recommend this. I don't think any of the Best Picture, like last year I had problems with one or two, you know, being nominated. Call Me By Your Name. But
Did you okay with Black Panther?
You know, now that you mention it, well, I don't. But see, that one, I don't have as much of a problem. It's a totally different problem I have with Black Panther getting nominated over Call Me By Your Name, because again, Black Panther very culturally significant. But if you really just look at it as a movie, it's not even the best Marvel movie that came out this year. It's not even the second best Marvel movie that came out this year if you count Spider-Verse. But culturally very significant. And at first I wasn't thinking that really matters, but I've kind of been rethinking my position on that, and maybe that does matter in terms of it getting a Best Picture nod. So again, my mind might be changing on that a little bit, but you're right. I guess that is the one this year that I'm like, that feels a little like, because where they dropped the popular category, that feels a little like, but we want to put Black Panther in here somehow so people don't get mad at us.
Let me ask you something.
Yes.
So the other Marvel actually, there's two other Marvel movies this year.
Well, I said
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I know, but I think Ant-Man and the Wasp. I don't know. Do I like that one more than Black Panther? I was thinking I like it less than Black Panther. I don't know. I think I like Black Panther more. That's not to say I don't like the other movie. That's right. Yeah. No, I liked all of them.
But the thing with the Avengers movie, that's going to be fucking hard for anybody to beat in terms of just having a shit ton of stories weave together. And I mean, that's something that's been built up for the last 10 years.
And I think that's where I guess I would be of two minds. I think it's a little
unfair to judge it against that.
Would you be mad if Broly was nominated?
For Best Picture?
Or even Best Animated? Because if so, then your argument, you can't use that argument against Endgame. Because I don't even understand your question.
Not
Endgame, Avengers. Point being,
Broly was an animated movie. Yes, it can be nominated for an animated movie. Let
me clarify. Yeah, I didn't think this was going to be that long. Let me clarify what I'm saying. No, because you were about to say Avengers was kind of like the culmination of stuff. That's what you were getting at. It's like all these other movies you had to see. Broly's the same way. You can't go into Broly without knowing anything about Dragon Ball and appreciate it anywhere as near what you would if you knew stuff about Dragon Ball. It's kind of the same thing with Avengers, because I've heard a lot of people saying to people that haven't seen any Dragon Ball, if they want to see Broly, it's like, no, that's like going into Avengers Infinity War having never seen any of the other Marvel movies. Anyways, it doesn't matter. It's not a conversation that matters here. Just rewatch the video and maybe it'll make sense what I'm saying. I'll rewatch and I'll realize, oh, I misunderstood what she said because I'm trying to talk quickly so there's no dead air.
Okay. Anywho,
what were we talking about?
Some little movie called
The Green Room with Patrick Stewart and Anshan Yelchin. I can't believe she watched this movie with me because the violence, oh my God, especially with the stabbing through the door. Oh wait, no, that's a totally different movie. I do have a review for The Green Room. Yeah, those are very different movies.
Are they different movies?
Oh my God, in a way you could almost, I mean, they took place in different time periods, but you could almost kind of
I mean, it's Nazis versus racists. I mean, there's
yeah, I know.
Difference.
There is some similarities there. I want to go watch Green Room again. Shit, that movie, it was brutal. But anyways, so the Green Book. Yeah, really loved it. I honestly thought this would be about a 5-minute thing. I think it is. I think we just spent 10 minutes talking about other stuff. But all right, well, there you guys go. Let us know. Have you seen the Green Book? And if you haven't, you probably didn't even watch any of the Oscar talk. But start talking to us about Oscars, and know we will live stream our reactions. We can't show the Oscars legally. I think most of you know that, but got to keep telling you.
The thousands of people that gives us thumbs downs for not doing showing the Oscars.
Even though it tells them in the title, but whatever. But then again, who cares? So their thumbs down, it's the same as a thumbs up to YouTube's algorithm. I mean, you don't know that. All right, so so let us know though. What do you guys think of the movie? What do you think about the Oscars? All that kind of stuff. Geek out with us in the comments. You can also click the thumbs up button. You can give us the good old thumb of encouragement, as we do love to be encouraged. We're gonna get out of here. We're gonna go watch some more stuff. See you all later.